Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you're doing this video. I hope you're having a lovely day. This is our 30-minute full body focus. So, it's being very handsy right now, I don't know why. So we're gonna start standing and setting up our body in the perfect Pilates way. So, feet hip width apart, a softness to the knees and the shoulders relaxed down. Closing the eyes if it feels comfortable to do so. Or if not, if it feels a bit wobbly, then feel free to just let the eyes relax down towards the floor. Let the arms relax by the sides. And we're going to focus on the breath while we get ready for our 30-minute full body focus workout. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. As we arrive on our mat and in our bodies, and have that scan head to toe and just check in with yourself, always, mentally, physically. What do you need from this today? Deepen those inhales. Feel those exhales leave the body. Allow those shoulders to relax away from the ears. The jaw to be relaxed, the tongue away from the top of the mouth. And we're going to take all that internal focus and we're going to bring it to the crown of the head as we attach a piece of string and allow it to pull us tall to the ceiling, making length in the back of the neck. Allowing the breathing to continue with its natural rhythm. We're going to take the shoulders up to the ears, gently roll them back and slide the shoulder blades down and then come to a stop. Our chest is a little more lifted, but we're not pushing it out. Then we're going to quickly turn our core on. So we can put our hands in front of the belly button if you want to feel it, or we can let them rest by the sides. We're going to imagine we're wearing a very, very wide belt across our waist from our ribs to our hips. And this belt has 10 notches. And when I count to number 10, one number at a time, we're going to just squeeze that little bit more with each number until we get to number 10, which is the biggest squeeze that we could ever possibly do. So, big inhale. And on the exhale, we start. 1. Gently pull the belly button through to the spine. 2. A little bit more. 3. Make sure you keep breathing. 4. 5. Halfway. Think ribs to hips. 6. 7. Getting slightly uncomfortable now. 8. 9. Nearly there. And last one. 10, all the way to 100%, and then we're going to release halfway, and that little bit more to find a 30% hold. Same thing with the pelvic floor. I'm going to count to 10, and we're going to do a little squeeze, then a little bit of a more squeeze with each number. So big inhale, let the core go, and on the exhale we start. 1, 2, keep it gentle to start with. 3, 4, 5, halfway, keep breathing. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you try and even move those hips to walk, they aren't going anywhere. And we're going to release halfway. And that little bit further, we want that 30% again. Zip it back up to the tummy. Allow the arms to drop by the sides. And we're going to go through some standing cat and cow. We're going to inhale as we bring our arms around behind us. We open up the chest and we look up to the sky. We can lace the fingers, pull them away and extend. If this isn't going to happen for you due to the shoulders, you can place the hands on the lower back and extend through the spine looking up. Then arms go round, chin to chest. Exhale, push that away, curve the spine. Inhale round and extend. Exhale. Keep the knees soft throughout. We don't want them to be locked out. And again, last ones each way. And from this hunched forward position, we're going to lift ourselves up with arm rolls going forwards for 4 and 3, 2, 1. Take them backwards for 4, 3, 2, and 1. The shoulders set back, we're lifted. We're going to do a couple of roll downs just to go through the spine and the hips. We're going to inhale up to a prayer. Exhale down through center, chin to chest, belly button to spine. Drop the arms and fold forwards, peeling your way down. Reaching a full ragdoll forward fold. Allow the head of the arms to just hang heavy, increasing that stretch slightly. No option here to nod the head yes, or shake it no. Or we could even give ourselves a cuddle, holding the opposite shoulder or elbow, and gently sway side to side. And then inhale to drop the arms, come to a stop, and exhale, soft knees roll up. Head being the last thing to come up. Okay, going into our first exercise, squats. So if you know you can happily squat with the feet hip width apart, keep them here. Or if you need a little bit more space for those hips to drop, let them just come a little bit wider than the hips. We want the arms to be down by the sides, and they're going to float up to be in line with the shoulder as we sink on the exhale. Chest lifted, back straight, sticking the bum out to sit on a tiny chair behind us. Big breath in, 30% on. Exhale, squat down. Inhale up, squeeze behind the bum. Exhale, squat down. Inhale, lift. 4. Keep that back straight. 3. Chest lifted. 2. Squeezing behind the bum. Last one. Okay, we're going to keep going, but we're now going to add a little toe raise, an extra breath hold down in that squat. 30%, inhale. Exhale down. Inhale, raise the heels off the floor, push the weight over the big toe. Exhale, replace the heels down, keep the squat. Inhale, rise. Exhale down. Inhale, heels. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up, squeeze the bum. Continue. We're going to go for 3 more. Lock the eyes on a point in the distance and don't let them move. Last one. And up. Okay, last squat exercise. I'm going to add a little pulse. Take away the heel raise. Inhale and exhale, lower, down, pulse, up, squeeze. Exhale, inhale, up. And 4, 3, 2, last one. Good, shake them out. Whew. Okay, we want to be at the back of your mat, so you've got the whole mat in front of you. Inhale up to prayer. Exhale down through center, drop the arms, belly button to spine, roll it down. Soft knees, hands to the floor, walk it forwards. Find a high plank, drop 1 knee, drop 2 knees. Now we're finding an all fours position. Hands beneath shoulders, knees beneath hips. Bringing that belly button to spine, push that floor away. From here, we're going to walk the hands forwards, 1 hand length, and out slightly to the side. We're going to lower our chest down between the hands, and we're going to keep the bum raised. So we're just going to bring that weight forward slightly. On the inhale, exhale, push. Inhale, exhale, up. And 4, 3, 2. Keep that belly button pulled to the spine. Last 1. Good, well done. Have a little roll of the wrists. We're going back onto all fours in a minute. Okay, we're now going to add a leg lift. So back into all fours. Realign the body. And we're going to take the left leg away. Big toe connected to the floor still. And then on your inhale, you're going to raise that off the floor. We're going to walk the hands forwards and outwards. Now from here, we're going to lower the body down, and it's almost like our hips are a lever. We're not leaving the leg there. We're not taking it higher than it needs to go. As our body lowers, our leg is going to lift to stay in line. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more. Keep extending all the way through to those toes. And we're going to change legs. Right leg away, lengthen and lift. Big inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. It's like a pivot. Last 1. Good. Bring the toe down, knee in, find a child's pose to reset. Roll those wrists. Okay, now we're going to go into some side plank. So bring the fingers together, and we're just going to do a couple of figure 8s. Going one way, warming up through those hands. And then just to challenge our brain, we're going to go the other way. Reverse ourselves through our figure 8s. There we go. Okay, and we're now going to come onto the right hand side. So we want our legs to be bent and together. The soles of the feet in line with the bony bit of the hip, in line with the hand. Option, if the wrists are sore and the hand doesn't feel good to you, this whole exercise can be done by replacing the hand with the elbow. You just don't get enough, or not enough, but you don't get as much range of motion. But on the hand, you move more, but there's a lot more pressure on that wrist. So it's completely up to you. I'm going to demonstrate and do on the wrist. You can choose if you want to do this on the elbow. Okay, so making sure we're in alignment, we're going to take our top leg, lengthen it away, and place the big toe on the floor. But this whole thing is activated from hip, behind the knee, to the toes. Top hand is going to place palm up to the ceiling. Now imagine that you have a hoist wrapped around your waist, and it's pulling you all the way up to the ceiling. We want a big inhale, 30% working. And on the exhale, that hoist is pulling you up to the ceiling, and this top hand is painting a rainbow overhead. Inhale to come back down. This is our half plank, and we're going to go for another 5. Inhale down, control it down. 4. 3. 2. And 1. I have pushed myself away from my hand. That may or not happen. Rejig yourself if that does. I'm on a creaky floorboard here right now. I don't know if you can hear that, but just letting you know that it's the floor and not me, not that creaky, not yet. So we're going to go to the full plank variation now. So feet together, Scoot them away from the body a little bit further, so the angle behind the knee is a little bit bigger. Flex the feet and place the top heel in the bottom, in the crook of the bottom ankle. So your top foot is in front of the bottom foot. This is your base. You want to ground that down. And we're going to push our weight over our supporting hand. So you want that space to be able to move. You don't want to be sort of here, so you've got nowhere to go. This top hand is still just doing our lovely, aesthetically pleasing rainbows. So big inhale, 30%. Hoist at the ready. And on the exhale, we push into the feet. Lengthen the legs, arm overhead. Inhale, control it back down. 3 more. Two. And 1. Good, well done, guys. We're going to stretch away from the side worked. So if you've been on your right hand, which you should have been, then we're going to take the right arm over and stretch down the right hand side. Now, if for any reason you've done the left hand side, it's not a big deal. We can just redo the right hand side later when we do the left on the video. So bring the legs out in front of you and lay down onto your mat. We want feet to the floor, knees to the ceiling. And we're going to pull our ribs to our hips to lengthen our lower back against the floor, and our arms are going to come overhead. Big inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to bring chin to chest, squeeze our head, arms and shoulders up off the floor, and the arms want to run parallel, stretching towards the feet. Inhale to lower. Exhale up. Inhale down. I'm going to do a couple more of these, and then we're going to play around with a few placements of the legs. Last one. Okay, we're going to bring our left leg up to tabletop. We want the shin to be parallel with the ceiling and the floor, and the knee to be directly above the hip. A right angle behind that knee is holding onto a tennis ball, and you don't want to let it go, and you don't want it to pop out. Same thing with the upper body, holding that leg still. Big inhale. Exhale, chin to chest and up and squeeze. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Really reach those arms along the mat towards those feet. 2. Really squeeze into that core. How much can you pull yourself up off of your mat? Changing legs. Find your tabletop with your right leg. Inhale. Exhale up. And inhale, lower. And 3. And 2. Last one. Okay, so while we play about here, you can either repeat the same on the left leg and then the right, or if you feel like you've got that strength to hold both legs off the floor without letting that lower back arch and the ribs pop, then we're going to squeeze the right leg up, find that rib-hip connection, left leg to meet. So both are off hip width apart. There is a gap between those knees. Same thing, big inhale, exhale up. Inhale, lower, replace the arms. And 3. Two. And 1. Okay, the only other variation to try now is to extend those legs. Now, the higher we extend them, the easier it will be on the core. The lower they go, the more it will pull. So I'd always recommend starting by taking the legs up to the corner of the room or a bit higher. See how you get on, and then gradually start to lower them. So pick your final option, arms overhead, ribs to hips. Find your tabletop, and then extend the legs if you're doing so. Big inhale for 4. Inhale down. 3. 2. Last 1. Okay, hug those knees in, rock it side to side. So whichever leg placement felt best to you, where you could keep your form, keep the rib-hip connection. You may have felt the pressure, but you weren't arching or letting those ribs pop. That's your sweet spot. That's where you want to be for this next exercise. We're going into the 100, a classic Pilates exercise, really good for the core, but also it involves these quick pulses of the arms that come from the shoulder. And this needs to be a long, straight arm with a little quick pulse, not a floppy thing, not just the hand, a nice long arm, the movement coming from the shoulder. Now we're going to, the reason this is called the 100 is because we want to do 100 pulses with the arms. We inhale for 5 pulses and then exhale for 5 pulses. A lot of people, including myself, like to inhale for 5 and then flip the hands, exhale for 5. It's a way of connecting my body to my brain so I know what I'm doing and keeping track. So that is all done. While the upper body is up, our legs are wherever we are going to choose to place them. We breathe, we pulse, etc. So the pulsing is meant to be really good for circulation. So yes, please, let's invite that energy into this exercise. And obviously, I don't have to tell you that it's going to be a core exercise as well. So getting ready, finding your alignment. Feet to the floor, ribs to the hips, arms overhead. Now find your leg placement. 1 tabletop, 2 tabletops, or extended legs. Big inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to squeeze up and over. And we're going to inhale now. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. You got this. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nearly there. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Head down, knees in. Well done. Rock it side to side. Take some deep breaths. And we're going to unfold into a full body stretch. Take the arms overhead and imagine I've got your hands and your feet and I'm pulling them in opposite directions. Give yourself a long body stretch. And from here, we are going to swoop ourselves up. We're going to find our left-hand side. We are going to realign ourselves into the second half of our side plank exercise. So, bent knees, feet together. Bottom of the feet in line with the bony bit of the hip, in line with the hand or the elbow if you're going to choose to do that variation. So, I'm going to shuffle myself up a bit actually. So I've got my mat for my feet. We're going to lengthen that top leg away and place the big toe down to the floor. Hand, palm to the sky, rainbows incoming. Right, we're going to bring that hoist back into play. On the inhale, we find our 30%. And on the exhale, we push up and over, finding our half side plank. Inhale, control that hip back down to the floor. Exhale up. Inhale down for 4. Still pushing myself away. And 3. And 2. Last 1. Okay, going into the full side plank. Feet together, move them away from the body. Flex the feet, top heel in the crook of the bottom ankle. Make sure there's space for the body to travel towards that hand or elbow. 30%, hoist, big inhale. and 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Finding that stretch down the side. Left arm overhead. Stretch down the left-hand side of the body. Now we're going to go into a nice stretch to finish. Bring the hands down by the side, onto the knees. Sink the hips down. Open the knees so the body can just lower as much as it wants to. And find a child's pose with the arms pulled overhead as far as they will go. Use this time to connect back to the deep breaths. Deepen those inhales. And elongate those exhales. Take in the oxygen you need and encourage that heart rate back down to its usual rate. Now we're going to walk the hands over to the right hand side of the mat to lengthen down the left hand side of the body. And then over to the left side of the mat to deepen that stretch down the right. And back to center. We're going to bring, we're going to bring the knees in slightly. And we're going to walk the hands forwards. So the hips lift over the knees. And we're going to let that chest sink down to the floor. Really stretch through the chest. If you can reach the mat with your face, then instead of just being face down on the floor, look forward slightly towards your hands. And then bringing the hands back in, we're going to sit up on those shins. Now, if you have any issues with your knees, then please find something to cushion underneath them. We're going to keep the right knee connected to the floor and step forwards with the left leg. Hands on the front knee. Push down towards the floor to really stretch that hip flexor. Keep the chest lifted. Keep taking those deep breaths. Allow the body to relax into the stretches. And then we're going to rock the weight back over that knee. Hip above the knee, flex that front foot. We're going to lean forwards and either hold onto the thigh, not the knee joint, skip over that knee, the shin, or down to the floor, depending on what your flexibility allows. Now stretching hamstrings feels tight for almost everyone. So even when a stretch feels uncomfortable, still try and tell your body to just relax as much as it can. Deep breathing. Stay in the stretch. Try not to sort of just pop out of it and back in again. Then bringing the hands to the inside of the front leg, we're going to walk it forwards. And we're going to sink that back hip, the right hip down to the mat. If you've got a lizard pose in your practice, then feel free to deepen this stretch by bending into the elbows and going all the way down to the forearms into your lizard. And back onto the hands. Ground those hands down, right through to the fingertips. Curl the back toe, lift the back knee off, and shoot the left leg back into a downward facing dog. Press the heels to the floor, tailbone to the sky, chest to the thighs. And then we're going to step forwards with the right foot, placing the left knee down behind, bringing the hands to the front knee and lifting the chest. Try and sink that bit further with each exhale. I'm going to rock the weight back, flex the front foot, fold it forwards. Remember not to push on that knee joint. We're holding on the thigh, shin or floor. Again, stay in the stretch. It's very tempting to just sort of pop out of it. Oh, it's uncomfortable, back in. But the longer we stay in a stretch, the more we override that stretch reflex that wants us to pop out of these stretches. And then bring the hands to the same inside of the right leg and walk it forwards and allow the hip to just sink. And going down to lizard if you wish to do so, if that feels good to you. And then from here, we're going back onto the hands if you're not already. We're going to bring all the weight into the front hands and the front foot. You are going to go onto the back toe, but you're going to spring this leg in, and we're going to sit comfortably. And we're just going to take a minute to shut the eyes, catch our breath, and just check in with the body once more. Now we finished this workout. See how your body's feeling. What sensations can you feel? Is your heart still beating a bit quicker than normal? Does your body feel worked but good? What can you feel? And if there's any tension held, encourage that area of your body to just relax down with the exhales. Imagine you're breathing out the tension, the tightness, whatever you feel. And with that, we're going to wind this down. I hope you have either had a great day or go on to have a great day, and let this feeling go with you, feeling more grounded, moved and worked, but good. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.